Isipasithi mabuchula nini malana malana. Hi. God, I haven't done a video in a while. God, it's been over 2 months. We're in 2025. God. What to talk about? Wow. So, how's it all going in this world of owning the self, knowing thyself, knowing thy belief systems, and knowing that we are no longer following and trauma mud. So this is how I see it. If my videos at all resonate, please smash that like button and do whatever you have to do with all that jargon. Take what resonates and leave the rest for somebody else. And there'll be something for you in the codes, even if you want to skip this and go straight to the codes. That's totally fine. So trauma mud. So how I see it, we've all got deep trauma. Every single human being, soon to become Team Humanity, together, working through our stuff together. So with that, we have a lot of trauma mud. And we seem to be slinging this trauma mud at each other. And dramas here, dramas there, dramas everywhere, and like wars and blah, blah, blah. And even inside of us, if we've got dis-ease, it's a war within us. And that's where the war has to start. Jacob, come. Come, look, he's trying to get over the bank. Monty, what do you think? Hey, come. That's why you're on the lead, because you go and hunt all over the place. Anyway, so are we coming together in those kind of meetings or circles where we can actually unpack this trauma, all of us, realizing that we're throwing the trauma mud at something that it's not about them, it's about us and how we deal with our trauma mud. So essentially, if we're coming together as a species, as a Team Humanity, we need to bring that mud together, unpack it in front of each other, and then start to put the seed that's going to help us grow. Because if you're slinging your trauma mud outside of yourself, you're getting rid of your compost. Within your trauma is compost. Amongst all your shit is compost that's going to help you grow as a species. It's going to help the cosmic maturity that we all need to love our neighbour, to forgive those for they know not what they do. How are we doing on that page, people? When we come into this world of spirituality, coming straight from trauma to spirituality, this can be quite a dangerous kind of route if we're not having any knowing of our psyche and having a little bit of, if we know we've been in trauma, the first steps I would take is going to see a counsellor and going to see somebody trained who can help you unpack the stuff where you're not throwing it at other people, you're not trying to control or manipulate situations because you feel unsafe. You need a safe place in order to do that, to unpack it. And right now we're just using each other as almost bait to not own what we came here to own, which is the self. Are you owning who you are? Because right now in the Aquarian energy, which is today. It's 29th today. There's a moon, a new moon in Aquarius, and lots in Aquarius, lots in Pisces. So all over the place, lots of delusion, lots of psychotic behaviour, which is very Neptune, believe it or not. And this is what we're going to start seeing on planet Earth. Games of manipulation and who we're following. You want to come this way, you want to come this way. You know, Aquarian energy is like, I see that side, I see that side, I see that side. I'm going to walk this way. And I don't care if you're with me or not, because this is true for me. And this can, you know, this is the ability to observe the self, ability to observe other, and the ability to be willing to own what is yours, and know when somebody else is projecting onto you. You know, that this is the thing, the narcissists of this world and the empaths of this world. I bring it back to this. You know, we've all got both, a little bit of both, a little bit of this. We've got levels of it all. You know, the narcissist has got to realise he needs to be in service for another and actually have a bit of an awareness of somebody else's feelings. And the empath has got to think about their own feelings and get some boundaries around that, because that just coming out of the South Node in Libra is showing us how much of a people pleaser we've been. How much of you people please to keep safe? How much of you people please to have peace at all costs? What does that mean? You know, and it's like our choices are being really questioned. And our choices being questioned of our belief systems around everything, all themes, whether it be love, career, what we're doing. We just had Pluto come out of Capricorn, a heavy earth master. And it's like, it's going into this Aquarian, like future rebellion of like, fuck this. You know, have we got the courage to go, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that anymore. Have we got the courage to go, you know what? Yeah, I'm just going to go for it. Knowing what is right in your heart, knowing what the rebellion is, might be just to follow your own heart and what feels right to you. Are you surrounding yourself with people that get you and actually can hold your conversation? I'm holding a circle tonight for the first time, led on my own for about 5 years, because I want to talk about themes. I want to do my circles are now just singing and sharing, and my codes, and having conversations like shadow work maintenance. How are we doing with that? And like I said, love thy neighbour. How are we doing with that? You know, are we still carrying this baggage and trauma that we still don't want to look at, but we're now being forced, because we're going to see our reflection in every single one of us, and that's where it starts. So no longer throwing trauma mud at each other. Let's contain that mud in a mature manner and grow something within ourselves together as team humanity. Come on, people, let's stop bickering. Let's stop, let's just start understanding that we've all got stuff to unpack. And it can be really messy. And this birthing of the new is going to look really messy. But let us please refrain from throwing trauma mud at one another. And coming out of relationships that you know are just looping and looping and looping the bullshit. And most of the time, that kind of bullshit is being handed down to your children. And with my path of becoming a doula quite soon this year, that is something I'm really passionate about, to make sure that any couples that are considering having a baby through my watch I want them to have sorted their shit out before they even think about having a baby. But if they're pregnant and they're willing and they're knowing that we do hand down our bullshit to our kids, you know, if you haven't noticed, most of us are big walking trauma responses. I know I am. Anyways, there's some beautiful swans. Look, white swans on the levels of the Avalon. Let us come into this knowing and come out of the Babylon that's within our hearts and come and bring our vulnerability, our openness, our honesty with one another, no matter how it may hurt. Let us preserve our own hearts and say no more to the manipulation, no more to the control, no more to the silencing, no more to having other people's dramas entwined with us, or getting other people to be part of other people's dramas, because the empaths are going through that massively right now. Is we are so empathic that we get entwined with unrest, disharmony, and we're having to learn our boundaries of like, no, my job is to deal with my own disharmony on my own, and if everybody else is doing that, you know, that's great. I find myself in the middle of people that I love going, I suppose it's my own thing with my mother and father. You know, like being on the sides of people. You know, I love you both. I don't take sides, you know. And this is the Aquarian energy. Step back, bring it into the observation that your Godward, goddess, source, the creator, step back and see both sides and decide to take the road less travelled. Great book, Scott Peck. So I give thanks for all of you. I'm going to go to the massive oak tree there, if you can see it. It might be filled up with water. But I'm... Hi, Mr. Gingerface. Hey. Yum. Hi, say hi. Say hi to the camera. Monty Man and the Gingerface guy. So let's go and do the codes. I love you all so much, guys. Sorry I've been away for a little while. Been really facing my shit and owning my shit and rebirthing everything in this winter time of the entrance into 2025. And this is, mind Monty, and this is, it's birthing time. It's a birthing time for humanity. If we're all on the page, I mean, some of us are on the page, but some of us are actually, you know, not on the same. I'm wanting people to be on the same sentence, at least the same paragraph as me. Look at you, Mr. Oaky Man. Hi. Hi, big guy. Siapa mo liwa? Siki chiba siki wala makiwa. Yeah. Mama like it tiki till na tell mala delay. Yeah, mama boche babu chuchulo mama balik ya mama la nalame. Kema papala ni mapabuchu chukatulalo alile kitala dalana. Kiti papala lilo atri papala lima alima babuchu chulada. Kiri mama leki mama chulalo. Kiri papa chile dale nalila dale mo. Kiri mama kia papa kiti chile kelele. Kiri bati chilelo. Hadi bati dale me. Mama leki cheke dalana. Ya mama lele mo chulana lama. Ya maki chile chile kelele. Kiri papa lana ma. Kiri papa lani me. Hey. Haux Haux. Mwah. 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 Thank you, Jakob. Thank you, Monty. Thank you, everybody. I love you all so much. Thank you for digging deep in your path of just working out how to be a human. It's a rough ride, especially if you come through major trauma from mummy and daddy. And maybe, you know, and that's the thing, it's not mummy and daddy, it's the bloodline. You have been the chosen one to contain your trauma mud. Are we ready? Good. I love yous all so much. Catch. Si lewana. Kia mama le kia wasi. Si e te babosu. Kia mama le mi.